We're going to talk today about writing a lead for our stories. Road trip. Boom. Kadonk, kadonk, kadonk. Dad, what was that? I stammered as the palm of my hand slowly slid down my face to reveal what we hit. All I could see was the pitch black sky with a sliver of bright white moon. The giant pine trees were still flying by as our long brown station wagon continued down the dark road. Kadonk, kadonk, kadonk. Dad, what is that noise? I cried. Our car was wobbling back and forth, causing us to jerk left and right. I could feel the worry rise up my back and tingle in the back of my neck. What was that weird noise? Why won't Dad answer me? A few seconds later, which felt like an hour, and Dad finally answered me. Well, sweetie, I think we might have just blown a tire. I'm going to try and find a safe place off to the side of the road here to check and see what's going on. Dad replied, sounding a little unsure himself. The loud noise and constant bumpiness continued to make me nervous. I watched from the back seat, out of the front windshield as our headlights guided us down the gloomy black asphalt. The car coasted off to the side of the road and I could feel us come to a halt. Click. I undid my seatbelt and began to peer out each window in the car. I stared, eyes wide open, out into the night at complete blackness. You stay in the car, okay? There's not much to see out there and it's dangerous on the side of the road like this. So it's best if you just stay put. If it's the tire, this shouldn't take long, all right? Dad instructed. I just nodded my head because I was too afraid to go out there anyway. He grabbed a flashlight and went out the driver's side door. Slam. My head jumped as he shut the car door. I was sitting in the back seat trying to see my dad over the front seats. I could only make out the arch of his back through the headlights as he bent over the front tire. Then he was gone. I sat up higher and looked around. Dad? I whispered. My eyes were darting all over the car. Where'd he go? My heart began beating faster and faster. I could hear noises like bumping and rustling and could even feel the car shaking a bit. Creak. The driver's side door opened and I jumped a mile high. Whoa, sweetie, it's just me. Tires changed. Let's get back on the road. Yeah, I've just been waiting on you, I said with a shaky voice and a grin. So today I want to really focus on the first couple of sentences in our story. Authors call this a lead. Authors spend a lot of time writing their lead. Why is it important to write a good lead for your story? You're right, it helps get the reader interested, kind of hooks them in. So we're going to look at how this story starts. Right up here. Boom, kadunk, kadunk, kadunk. So this author chose to start the story with a sound word or an onomatopoeia. Starting a story with a sound that has something to do with the story you are about to tell is interesting, and it makes readers want to continue. So we're going to add making sounds to our little chart here. It says sound words or onomatopoeias. So we want to give some examples. Some other words that could fit would be like bam, or ring, drip, drop, buzz. Those are all types of sound words that we could use if it fit with our story. Now, if all stories started with a sound, would that still be interesting? No. We need more than one type of lead for our stories. Another way that an author can start a story is with a question. For example, if I'm writing that story about feeding the giraffe, I could start with, have you ever wondered what a giraffe's tongue feels like? After my trip to the zoo, I will never have to wonder again. That would be an interesting question. Readers are going to want to know more. So I'm going to add questions to my chart here. So if I add questions, I want to have an example of this. So I'm going to write an example. And I'm going to use the giraffe one. So we could use, have you ever wondered questions? That would be a good way. Or did you know? Those are some types of questions that we could ask, and I bet you can think of many more questions to start off our stories with for a good lead. So we are going to add questions to our list. So today you are going to come up with 4 different ways that you could start your story. You can use sound words, you can use questions, or if you think of another way. So you're going to open up your lead document that will be down below, and you can type in the 4 boxes what your different leads are. Do a great job, writers. Can't wait to read those leads.